Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigation 2. So, at the time of this recording, I had just finished playing Daigaku Tensaiban, and it took quite a beating on my voice, having to go through all of that and reading the dialogue and trying to, explain what's going on in the situation. So, I apologize if my voice is not up to par today because I'm still recovering from that. But for the most part, I don't sound too bad. I mean, at least my throat isn't sore anymore, but I still have some coughing fits and my nose is still stuffy, but what can you do? So anyway, let us continue on. I think Lotta had good news for us. What? The president ain't never passed through the 51st floor. You can count on me. Really? I was in the storeroom myself, and I saw it with my very own eyes. That's right. She snuck into the storeroom that day. Yay! Another one of Lotta's testimonies. Thanks. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What is it? I don't intend to give the culprit a single step of leeway. No one's seen the president since he's met with Courtney 2 days ago. That doesn't change the fact that the body wasn't here yesterday. If he were pushed off 2 days ago, it would be odd that he wasn't found until yesterday. I doubt a fall from the roof would take a whole day. That's the longest fall ever. I'll admit, there are a few things I still haven't figured out. Regardless, there is one thing I am certain of. There is? What exactly occurred here last night? I am certain we'll have to look into that in order to uncover the truth. Because the body and the hoof prints could have only appeared last night, right? Agent Lang, we'd like to bring the body in for the autopsy. Huang, it's in your hands. Make sure you show the proper respect. Or Lang's gonna bite down on you. I also have one more thing to report. What is it? We found some footprints near the body. They were left within the area that looks like a monster's footprint. There were human footprints within the monster's footprints. What kind of footprints? Sir, they were the footprints of a child, about the size of an elementary school student. What? Huh? An elementary school student? Wait, could it be? Who was that? Miss Nichols? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please excuse my rudeness. Is there something you want to say? What is she so scared of? I'm worried that you'll think poorly of me, but please, let me testify something. It's really important. That's not something you need to be so worried about. What is it? Last night, I actually came here. What? Why did you come here? Well, I got a little worried, so I stopped by to check up on John. John? You mean John Marsh? As I thought. Yes, last night, John stayed here late in order to practice by himself. Wow, he's really dedicated. Well, this movie is the first time he's starring as the lead role, so I'm sure he wants to do his best. She must have witnessed something last night. When was this? If I remember correctly, I think it was a little past 10. It looked like it was going to rain and I was getting worried, so I came to check up on him. And when I got here, well, you saw something. Yes. John was practicing by himself, and right above his head, I saw a long neck. A neck? Yes, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile. It was like the neck of a dinosaur. That makes no sense at all. Whoa there! Could that have been Gordy? Last time I went hunting for it, it was a bust. But I reckon this could be the real deal. What? So this time it's Gordy? That's right. I was really surprised. I'm pretty sure it's probably just the camera crane. After all, John is the boy who can communicate with Mozilla. Yeah, that's right. Them horns of his let him hear what the monster's saying, right? Even so, he was looking up at Gordy's face and he was talking to it. It was like they were friends. Doesn't that sound weird? You said it, sister. That's pretty darn strange, I reckon. That boy's a little traitor. It seems she's gotten reality mixed up with the movies. Hey, Missy, did you really see that? Yes, but I was so shocked I immediately ran home after that. What do you make of this, Mr. Prosecutor? Has another monster taken the stage? Agent Lang, do you really believe this absurd testimony? I couldn't care less about the monsters. However, it looks like who we need to talk to next has been decided now, hasn't it? John Marsh. He was here last night. It's very likely he saw something, isn't it? Attaboy. Where is John Marsh? John Marsh, we got some questions for you. Where is he, is the thing. John kind of left a while ago. What? Let's go after him! Where are we going? I like how Lotta's still, like, hitching a ride with everybody. Where'd he run off to? He might have just gone back home. That's right! I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to get any filming done today. Or he may have run away. Aren't you just overthinking things? He's still a child. I can't imagine that he could have murdered the president by himself. Who said he was alone? Maybe that monster helped him. That boy can summon a monster to his aid, right? Very funny. I'm not saying that kid's definitely the culprit. But right now, he's the most prominent witness we have. So we'll need to find that brat. The question is, where is he? Mr. Edgeworth! Gummy! Gummy! He ran away! What is the detective doing? It doesn't matter. It's not like I can rely on this country's police anyways. Agent Lang, do you intend to continue investigating by yourself? Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that? Didn't you always have a small army of subordinates with you before? That's right. But you know, being a lone wolf isn't all that bad. You don't have to worry about your subordinates or partners. All you need are your fangs. Simple, right? Subordinates and partners. Well then, I'll be seeing you two. Later, Lang. No, but seriously, where did... Things are getting interesting. I reckon I'm about to get real busy myself. After all, I got me a pair of monsters to hunt. I'm definitely getting my hands on this scoop. Later, Lotta. Now it's just the two of us. Things have gotten pretty crazy, haven't they? Indeed. There's the footprints of Mozilla and now the shadow of Gordy. It's almost exactly like the movie. How about we go monster hunting too? Well... Isn't that... Isn't that one of Lang's men? He's one of Agent Lang's subordinates. We've met him during another case. Are you sure? I mean, they all look the same. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. It has been a while. Shouldn't you be following Mr. Lang? Agent Lang. Shifu is no longer my boss. What exactly happened? Do you remember the incident from 1 month ago? The Yatakarasu incident we had been involved with. Agent Lang made a major mistake back then. He almost aided and abetted a dangerous criminal. Certainly, it had come quite close to that at the time. Shifu took responsibility for what happened, and our team was disbanded. Disbanded? So that's what Agent Lang was talking about when he said he had become a lone wolf. Then, why are you here? That's Well, I was a little worried about Shifu. It seems that even now, he's still chasing after them. The ghost of 12 years past. Ghost of 12 years past? Just what are you... I'm sorry. I've already said too much. If you'll excuse me. Aww. These ghosts Ancient Lang is chasing after. Do they also have something to do with this case?
Looks like everyone's left now. So what do we do now?
Well, Miss Hart is going after the monsters and Ancient Lang is going after John. We should also try approaching this case from a different angle.
What angle would that be?
We should listen to what Judge Courtney has to say.
Oh, that's right! If I'm not mistaken, Miss Courtney is...
Well then, I shall take my leave here. I will be presiding over Patricia Rowland's trial.
She said that she had a trial coming up.
Indeed. Let's head to the courthouse as well.
Kay!
Kay's on the move, and we're off to the courthouse. To be continued? Why, yes, we are continuing. Only 10 minutes in? Eh. Alright. Beginning of part 2. You know, I actually want a trial where George Courtney is actually the judge for the trial. That'd be great. Oh, it's Fran and... Eamon?
Court is now in session. Is the defense ready?
Of course, Your Honor. We can begin whenever you want.
The prosecution has been ready from the start, Your Honor.
Jill Crane, the attorney in charge of the defense, has passed on from this world. Furthermore, Sebastian de Best, the prosecutor in charge, has disappeared. And so, Francesca and Mr. Shields have taken over their duties. Oh dear, what happened to Sebastian?
Before we begin, I would like to apologize for the delay of today's trial. As the crime took place in the prison, a place where justice is normally administered, and the defendant was the warden of the prison, further exacerbating the situation. Additional time was specially arranged to investigate and prepare for the trial. In addition, the defense attorney in charge of the case, Jill Crane, has recently passed away. Due to these circumstances, the trial was further delayed. Mr. Shields, Miss Karma, at this time, I'd like to give you my gratitude for taking up this responsibility on short notice.
Why didn't you bring Phoenix Wright? Oh, wait, well, technically the defendant is guilty, so I guess this is the last job Courtney Pie's friend left behind for us, huh? Well, Uncle Ray's more than happy to help out. Although, having said that, I only had enough time to skim through the case files. Are you okay on your end, Franny Pie?
What kind of prosecutor abandons his own case and vanishes without a trace? I won't allow any more delays in this trial while we wait for that foolish man to return. I have received the evidence just now. There should be no problem continuing the trial. You have my thanks. And with that, I hereby call the defendant, Patricia Rowland, to the stand.
Well, hello, Patricia.
Now then, will the prosecution please give us their opening statement? Very well, Your Honor. The defendant... Hold it. Please wait, Your Honor. What is it?
Well, there's something I'd like you to fill me in on. Just what exactly am I doing in a place like this?
Then perhaps you would do well to listen to the opening statement.
Oh, so if I listen to it, I'll get it, huh? Okay then, let's hear it.
That was the plan from the start. Now, if you would kindly shut up and listen. The incident occurred in the detention center and the prison warden, Roland, is in charge of. The victim is Horace Knightley, who was being held in the detention center. The prosecution is certain that this woman here is the culprit. This knife, the murder weapon, is a decisive Huh? Miss Karma, is something wrong? That's... impossible! The evidence is...
What's wrong with the evidence, Franny Pie?
The evidence? The knife's gone! The chisel with Dogen's barrel attached to it is missing too!
What?
Order! Prosecutor Varn Karma, what is the meaning of this? I don't understand it either, Your Honor. If there's no evidence, then I suppose there's not much reason for me to be here. Some prosecutor can't even hold on to one little piece of evidence. What a dunce.
Oh my god, Roland.
I only received everything that the previous prosecutor had.
It appears the culprit is that pamper prosecutor, the boy Blunder. Hey, Courtney Pie.
What is it?
Your Honor, considering our predicament, let's say we postpone the trial until later.
The defense's proposal is overruled.
Eh? Courtney Pie.
I know, right? It'd be troubling for me if this trial were to be delayed any further. I just want everyone to know that I'm innocent as soon as possible.
Innocent? I've had more than enough of your foolish...
And besides, you don't have any evidence, right? I recall a certain saying. In court, evidence is everything, wasn't it? Since there's no evidence, that would make me innocent. Isn't that right, Your Honor?
What is going on? What is going on?
That is correct.
Eh? What? Courtney?
The prosecution has not produced sufficient evidence to prove the defendant guilty. As such, I hereby find the defendant, Patricia Rowland.
Objection.
Hold your horses, Courtney Pie. You can't just declare her innocent all of a sudden.
Is something the matter? For the defense to object to a not guilty verdict.
Well, I mean, even you must know that the warden over there is guilty, right? What's going on here? You were there with us when we found the murder weapon.
Mr. Shields, a judge must remain impartial when handing down a verdict. This is why I cannot allow myself to get caught up in my own personal feelings.
Something happened.
The person who was present when the murder weapon was discovered and the judge sitting before you now are two completely different people.
You're kidding, right?
I can only hand down a verdict based upon the evidence that was presented.
That is evidence! It's just... well, it's not here right now, but... a few minutes, that's all I need. I'll find the evidence and return to court without fail. The prosecution requests a brief recess, Your Honor. Please. Something is wrong, though. The defense would also like a recess, Your Honor. Courtney Pie, please.
I understand. I shall grant your request.
Well, Justine, darling, aren't you wishy-washy today?
This court will now adjourn for a 15-minute recess, during which the prosecution and the defense shall prepare for the resumption of the trial.
Understood, Your Honor. Phew, that was a close one.
Court is now adjourned.
No, but what's going on? What happened to... what is up with I mean, I know Courtney's kind of a bitch half the time, but that's really, that's really pushing it. Something's happened.
Didn't we find it together? The evidence?
Yes, we certainly did. Huh? What's the matter, Detective? It looks like the metal detectors reacted to this alligator.
Really? Why?
Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this.
The chisel.
Wasn't that just a fake murder weapon? Dogen hid this chisel inside his dog's mouth, and the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond inside the alligator.
I wonder if it was stolen by someone.
Mr. Edgeworth! I don't know who's talking. Oh. Miss Barry and Mr. Keyes, did you come to attend the trial?
I came because I heard there's a really fun show around here. So, where is it?
The trial for the case I got caught up in was supposed to have already started, but our practice ran a little late. I believe it was somewhere around here, wasn't it?
Actually, two key pieces of evidence have gone missing. The chisel and the knife. The trial is in recess now, Sort of like an intermission. You just missed it, Simon.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Looks like Simon's gonna get arrested again.
No way! I can't!
I guess Simon is his usual noisy self. Huh? To think I would be humiliated like this!
Francesca is not happy. And here comes another noisy individual. Oh dear. Oh dear. Fran is not in a good mood. Now, Franny Pie, let's just take a moment and calm down a bit. Maybe you could put that whip of yours away, What do you say?
That foolish prosecutor! When I get my hands on him!
Oh dear.
My whip is going to give him a thrashing of a lifetime!
Oh, goodness. Don't be at the end of that. Miles, why don't you try talking to her? Good grief. On that note, I guess I should probably hear what she has to say. Damn, son. Alright, let's talk to her. Actually, let's talk to Kay first.
Yeah, what's up? I can't believe the evidence went missing! We really did find the murder weapon, that knife, right?
Yes, it was all in the alligator's mouth.
I wonder if someone took it from them.
With them. We cannot deny that possibility.
Let's ask everyone involved with the case. We might find out something.
Indeed, let's do just that. The trial.
Don't you think today's trial felt kind of strange? The defendant, Miss Rowland, was awfully relaxed.
Indeed, it was as if she already knew the evidence had gone missing.
And Miss Courtney seemed different from usual too.
There may be something at work behind the scenes during today's trial. Oh dear. Alright, let's talk to Franny. Franny, calm down.
Oh, if it isn't former Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth.
Francesca.
Those who have abandoned the path of prosecutor do not belong here. Now be a good boy and go home. Figure out what you want to do with your life.
Wow, that's mean. I will present your Degrassi badge instead.
Is that supposed to be a replacement for your prosecutor's badge? It certainly suits you, Miles Edgeworth. Hold it! This badge suits me way more than Mr. Edgeworth.
When did this become a competition? Still, what are you going to do, Francesca? The recess is only 15 minutes.
You're always so calm and collected. Like an anchorman reading off a teleprompter. It makes me sick!
I should probably stay classy and avoid a confrontation with her for now. Francesca, I never expected you to end up taking over the prosecution for this case.
The bodyguard of the president of Zhangfa, Horace Knightley, was murdered. The defendant is the former warden of the prison, Patricia Rowland. The knife she used as the murder weapon had been prepared as evidence.
However, the murder weapon has disappeared without a trace.
Not only did he abandon his own case, he also made me look like a fool in court.
Oh dear.
The next time I see that foolish fool of a prosecutor, I whip some backbone into him.
I don't mind if you whip some backbone into him, but stop whipping innocent bystanders. Alright, let's talk to Raymond. Okay, looks like you've gotten your memories back.
Yeah, I'm all better now.
Uncle Ray was really worried, you know? Though, that other Kay was also pretty cute. Well then, now that you've recovered, how about a hug for old time's sake?
Nope! We need to focus on the trial right now.
Yeah, things aren't looking good. Let's present the Yatagarasu badge! That's a lovely badge. You like it? I'm sure it would also look great on you, Miles. This is Kay's treasure. I couldn't possibly wear it. Oh, I see. Rightio then. I guess there's no other choice. At this rate, the only thing left for you is to wear a defense attorney's badge. Oh! I fell right into his trap. At any rate, we'll have to search for the evidence. But we can't interrupt the trial. Uncle Ray's in a pickle. only there was someone who could find the evidence for us. That look of expectation on your face says it all. Miles, you still don't have your prosecutor's badge, right? Do you finally feel like following in your father's footsteps? I simply left it in someone else's care. I wasn't stripped of my badge. Furthermore, right now I am unable to follow in my father's footsteps. I see. Well, there's no need to rush your decision. Take all the time you need to determine the path you want to follow. In any case, the door is always open for you at the Edgeworth Law Offices. Mr. Shields. If only there were someone who could go search for the evidence for us. Miles? Very well, I'll go look for them. Oh, Miles, you do that for us? Of course, finding the evidence within 15 minutes will be no easy task. Well, if worse comes to worse, Uncle Ray and Franny Pie will help you stall for time. Oh boy, this is like reminiscences of Case 4, where Miles and Phoenix were both, like, stalling. Until you recover the evidence, we won't let her hand down a verdict. Please do so. Francesca, are you okay with this? You're asking me, Francesca von Karma, to help you out. You'd be better off spending the rest of your life as an anchorman for the local news. Miss von Karma, this is an emergency. We could really use your cooperation. Huh. I understand. As acting prosecutor, I, along with that attorney over there, shall continue this trial. Meanwhile, you, the former prosecutor, shall run around and look for the evidence. All for my sake. It's a job that suits you perfectly. I'm glad that you're on board.
I'll help out too! 'Cause I really don't want to get arrested again.
This sounds like fun! Regina wants to tag along too!
Alright, that would be helpful. Now then, where should we begin?
I think we should go find that person and hear what they have to say!
Who should we talk to in order to learn where the evidence went? Probably Sebastian. Ow. Yes, the person in charge of the evidence was Sebastian DeBest.
Ah, you mean that rookie prosecutor, right? Got it!
I'll leave him to you. Alrighty, time for Uncle Ray to have a strategy meeting with the opposing conso. Just the two.
Miles Edgeworth, you better not keep me waiting, lest you end up like your friend here.
Yes, I'll keep that in mind. Franny Pie, wait for me! Ray, please. You're going to get whipped to death. Now then, let's go help look for Sebastian as well. At least we were going to, but then Courtney. Judge Courtney.
If it isn't Prosecutor Edgeworth, I hope that all is well. All is not well! Just what was going on in that trial earlier?
Hey, there's no need for that.
But even though Mrs. Courtney should know exactly who the culprit is, what made you... In a court of law, the only thing that truly matters is evidence. Whatever my own feelings may be, it should not affect the verdict.
So, is this the judge persona of Justine Courtney we're seeing?
Cold-blooded and heartless. It's fine if you think of me as such.
Even as a judge, she's still this stubborn? Judge Courtney, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you.
And what would that be?
2 nights ago, you went to the roof of the Grand Tower.
The roof, you say?
You met with the president there, correct? The 2 of you were caught on the security camera.
Is there some sort of problem with that?
Today, the president's body was discovered, very close to the Grand Tower. Oh.
That's...
You understand now, don't you? You're a suspect. What happened between you and the president up on the roof?
Nothing. We merely spoke for a few minutes. Once our business was done, I headed straight home. I took the elevator back down alone.
Indeed,
That was shown on the security camera footage as well. What exactly did you and the president talk about? Well, unfortunately, we're out of time, so we can't find out in this video, so we'll have to wait until the
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigation 2. So, at the time of this recording, I had just finished playing Daigaku Tensaiban, and it took quite a beating on my voice, having to go through all of that and reading the dialogue and trying to, explain what's going on in the situation. So, I apologize if my voice is not up to par today because I'm still recovering from that. But for the most part, I don't sound too bad. I mean, at least my throat isn't sore anymore, but I still have some coughing fits and my nose is still stuffy, but what can you do? So anyway, let us continue on. I think Lotta had good news for us.
What?
The president's body! They were left within the area that looks like a monster's footprint.
There were human footprints within the monster's footprints. What kind of footprints?
Sir, they were the footprints of a child, about the size of an elementary school student.
What?
Huh? An elementary school student? Wait, could it be?
Who was that? Miss Nichols? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please excuse my rudeness. Is there something you want to say? What is she so scared of? I'm worried that you'll think poorly of me, but please, let me testify something. It's really important. That's not something you need to be so worried about. What is it? Last night, I actually came here. What? Why did you come here? Well, I got a little worried, so I stopped by to check up on John. John? You mean John Marsh? As I thought. Yes, last night, John stayed here late in order to practice by himself.
Wow, he's really dedicated.
Well, this movie is the first time he's starring as the lead role, so I'm sure he wants to do his best.
They never passed through the 51st floor. You can count on me.
Really?
I was in the storeroom myself, and I saw it with my very own eyes.
That's right. She snuck into the storeroom that day.
Yay, another one of Lotta's testimonies.
Thanks. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What is it? I don't intend to give the culprit a single step of leeway. No one's seen the president since he's met with Courtney 2 days ago. That doesn't change the fact that the body wasn't here yesterday. If he were pushed off 2 days ago, it would be odd that he wasn't found until yesterday. I doubt a fall from the roof would take a whole day. That's the longest fall ever. I'll admit, there are a few things I still haven't figured out. Regardless, there is one thing I am certain of.
There is?
What exactly occurred here last night? I am certain we'll have to look into that in order to uncover the truth.
Because the body and the hoof prints could have only appeared last night, right?
Agent Lang, we'd like to bring the body in for the autopsy.
Huang, it's in your hands. Make sure you show the proper respect.
Or Lang's gonna bite down on you. I also have one more thing to report.
What is it?
We found some footprints near the body.